I'm going to show you how I got this roofing business from not being mentioned in AI search at all to being the recommended roofing business in the area in ChatGPT and Google AI overviews in under 45 days. And guys, here's the crazy thing. They got their first 6 real roofing leads in the first 30 days. And now 2 months in, they're 11 leads in, real legit leads, closing roofing deals 60 days in. I'm going to show you guys exactly how. So let's dive into the screen. So this is the business. It's a local business here in a little town called Roseburg, Oregon. That's where I'm sitting right now. And this business has been in business for a long time. They've been in business for over 30 years. The problem was, and this is the same that happens with a lot of local businesses, you're busy being a roofer, you're busy being a landscaper, you're busy being whatever it is the trade that you are. You're not busy trying to be an online marketer. And oftentimes, as these local businesses start, they start with word of mouth, right? Because if you're a one-person shop, and you're out there driving business, or you have a small crew, oftentimes you're just building word of mouth. Okay. It's the other contractors you work with, it's the other subs you work with, it's the other clients that are sending you business. And oftentimes, as we build the business in the early days, we think we might not need a website, we might not need an online presence, or we even go and use Google business profiles or our Facebook pages as that online presence. The challenge is right now with AI search and the way that Google is dramatically changing, is the website is really the hub. It's really the core. Okay, I'm going to be walking you guys through something on this that I call the trust triangle. And at the center of that trust triangle for AI search is that hub. It's what I call the trusted expert conversion hub, the tech hub, the trusted expert conversion hub. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through in this next 15 minutes the high level of what I did over that first month. And guys, here's the crazy thing. It was all under 3 hours of work. Okay, this client is a great client. They're paying me every single month for service. And it was only 3 hours of work in that first month. I spent about an hour on it yesterday in month 2. And in the coming months, the results are going to get better and better. And the workload also goes down. Value for client goes up, workload goes down. Okay, so let's kind of dive into the results first. So this is just kind of proof right here. This is about when the website launched. It was in early June. The good example with this case study is they didn't even have a URL. They flat out didn't even have a URL. They had a Google business profile, and I'll show you that right here. They had a GBP already up there. It already had some reviews. I had a number of reviews. Let's go pull up the map pack right here. They had a old website linked to it, which is still linked to it. If I were to click this, it's still going to an old Google Sites deal. Okay, so that right there is hurting them. I'm working with the client to get them to change it. But they had some really, really good competitors in here, a lot of really reputable competitors. And they were already ranking the map pack, but they were not ranking in AI search. So their competitors were the ones that were dominating AI search. Now let's go over to ChatGPT. If I were to type a phrase like this for commercial roofing, which is also one of their niches, they weren't being mentioned most of the time at all in these recommendations for the commercial roofing side of it. So if we look at this here, now they are, depending on the time that we search it. Yesterday, they were being recommended as the recommended business. Now they're one of the top 2 or 3, and they are being linked up right there. Okay, so now they are not only in AI search, in some cases they're dominating it, and they are the recommended business for commercial roofing, and they're getting more and more results as we go. So what did we do to drive this result and to generate those 11 real leads in that first 45 to 60 days, turning into tens of thousands of dollars in revenue? Well, I'm going to walk you through this next 15 minutes. The first thing is the online presence and data. So if you're a local service business, or if you're an agency serving these local service businesses and you're wanting to learn how to help them dominate AI search, we have to look at the online presence and data. Okay, we're going to show you what that is here in a second, but does it match? Is it uniform? Do they have their business name, their phone number, their address, the URL matching across all spots? Now, this business did not, and it still does not even as of today. So if you were to run an audit right now on their name, address, phone, the NAP, they have a different address in there on one of the locations, and they're working on changing it. But that's cool because it even shows that we're able to get quick results without having everything perfect. Okay, the next thing that we need to do in this trust triangle is to demonstrate outcomes and reliability. Don't just tell that we do the work, show that we do the work. So that's where the trusted expert hub, conversion hub came in. That's where leveraging our CarrotAgency product, which is what I launched this on. It's on the CarrotAgency product. I use it inside of my agency. launched it with our AI site builder, with our millions of property leads of data baked in to train that model. It sets it up with our 11-part high converting framework. The websites are insanely fast. They're built for AI search. They're built for conversion. They're built for general search. They're built for trust and credibility. This whole system was launched this website live in under 15 minutes. Okay, I logged in, did some basic modifications, added some new photos, brought in some of the testimonials. Pretty much all the content was how it is as you're seeing it right now. Added a little review widget, but then about 2 hours later, then I had this finished product. Okay, our system automatically made the location pages. It automatically made the services pages up here. And then we can always edit those as we go. And every piece of the content is unique to this company because it's with our AI powered content engine, local, specifically for those local businesses. Okay, so I wanted to test this out, guys, showing you that I didn't have to change hardly anything to get this result. Okay, I didn't have to change hardly anything. I didn't have to take my 15 to 20 years in search engine optimization experience to make this result happen. I did it with our tool that is trained on this, and I did it with under 3 hours of work, starting from a brand new domain name from scratch. Okay. The third part now is third-party validation and proof, which I really didn't do anything there other than bring their existing reviews over from Google Business Profile. Okay. So the 8 basic steps that I walked through is building that tech hub, building the trusted expert conversion hub. It's no longer, a website is no longer good enough. We need to have a hub of your trust, a hub of conversion to show your expertise. And that's where a lot of the local businesses fall down. Okay. If I were to pop over here and look at some of the other reputable local businesses, this is one of them. This is a business I know. I know that the owners are good. But when I land here on this website, there are some big problems with it, right? Number one, it's not very fast at all. So if I were to go run a Google page speed test on this, so we go Google page speed insights, you're going to see that the speed is pretty darn slow. Now, is that the most important factor in AI search? No, I'm going to show some data here in a second that shows the most important factors, but that's one of the factors, okay? But when I look at this website more deeply, it doesn't really shape the picture for what they do, how they do it, why they do it, are they good at doing it? It doesn't show who's behind it. It doesn't tell the stories. It doesn't show the work that they're doing. It's a very basic website. They probably paid $500 to $1,000 or more for this website, and it's not doing them any favors at all. This is very likely losing them $10,000 to $100,000 a year in lost roofing projects just because of the conversion and the AEO side of things. They are not being mentioned in AEO, in the agentic results in AI search, as one of the recommended roofing companies, when they should be. They've been around a long time and they're very, very good at what they do. Okay. So the next thing was optimize the Google Business Profile. So luckily, when I'm working with clients, and if you are an agency or you want to build a local search marketing agency leveraging our CarrotAgency product, I usually choose the ones that out of the gates who already have a good active Google Business Profile. So if you're a local business and you already have a good active local Google Business Profile like this one here, okay, if I were to click this GBP, they already had pictures on here. They already had their phone number. They already had 30 plus reviews. They'd done the basics right. Okay, they're driving reviews. They had some pictures. They had the right phone number. They had the right address. They had the right company name. And they had the basics of the services listed on here. Okay, so this is all good stuff. They already had that out of the gates. That accelerated the results. We just amplified it with everything else. Okay, the number 3 thing is fix the NAP. So I haven't even done this at this point because I can't fix all of that. I've suggested it to the client. But if you're watching this right now and you want to execute this for your own business, make sure that the name, address, phone number, and URL for the business is unified across all the different places online. So if you have your website or your tech hub, you have your Facebook page, you have a Google Business Profile, maybe you have a BBB, make sure it's the same name, same phone number, same address, same URL across all, listed exactly the same. Okay, that's one thing you need to go in and fix. The fourth thing is, like I said, we need to make sure that they have a review engine cranking. I'm going to show you a text message here in a bit that we want to have all of our clients executing with any closed client, that they send this text message out to get the best reviews coming through. Okay. And then there's a couple other things that I didn't even do to get these rankings, but we can do to really amp it up more. So what drives AI visibility, guys? So the biggest thing right here is AI search is really driven by many things, and it's not the traditional things that was driving traditional Google search traditionally. So we've got brand mentions. That's one of the biggies. Okay, is this company being mentioned online? Are they being mentioned on Facebook? Are they being mentioned in other websites? Are they being positively mentioned in Yelp and BBB? Or maybe they've been sponsoring local events, the local Little League team or the local a nonprofit, and that company did a post about them, or it's listed on their website, or they've been mentioned in the news. We want this company to be mentioned in places including YouTube to make sure that there's videos about them, which this company doesn't have, so they're still getting the result. And they're talking about the company. Reviews and sentiment is one of the big things. Okay, so if you already have a good number of reviews, what I want you to do is go into your reviews right now. Okay, go into your reviews right now. Let's go look at all the reviews. And these things are going to be gold for you with that trusted expert conversion hub, with that amplified website. Because one of the big things that we did on this website is we walked through and brought their actual real world experience in. Okay, so we went over and looked at their actual reviews, and we said, okay, for the different locations that they're in, the different services that they provide, let's go have Claude. We use the Claude skill that I generated. Go sift through all their reviews and chunk them up by service, chunk them up by location, chunk them up by sentiment. And we were able to take those reviews and go through and say, okay, great. So for the ones that are about certain services, let's go put them here. Let's go grab this one over here that is about roofing repair. Okay, Deb and Taylor basically said the whole crew have been nothing but phenomenal and working with insurance negotiations, helping us through our claim. 10 out of 10, best roofing company on the Oregon coast. So that shows a location, but it also shows it's a repair. Okay, let's go over here now. This is a roofing replacement section for the services. We had real photos of real roofing replacement jobs that they actually did, and then we describe them. Okay, we say, hey, this is Alan, replace the roof in 1 day. What's their value proposition? They can do it quickly. Did an excellent job. Cleanup was great. Would highly recommend. Very happy with the job and the crew. And then we show a photo that shows that type of work from actual work that they did. Same thing with commercial roofing, same thing with every other service, and same thing with these other locations that they do. So if you're in Sutherland, we want to make sure then to have Sutherland photos. So this is a picture of Dell in front of a project he did in Sutherland. So just quickly swap out the photo and write unique information about Sutherland. We talked about the Sutherland High School that they did, the Sutherland Junior High that they did, real projects in Sutherland with real testimonials in Sutherland, real Sutherland photos. We swapped out the photos, real Sutherland projects, real Sutherland testimonials on down the line, and real Sutherland FAQs as well. Sutherland actually has a unique trait about it. Sutherland has 25% of its housing stock is actually mobile homes. And so we wanted to shade some of the content as well to talk a little bit more towards Sutherland. And also one other trait is about 25% of the housing stock is brand new since 2000, which puts it at the perfect time to be having their first roof. An average roof lasts 20 to 30, 20 to 40 years. So if we're 26 years in or so, we're at the spot where their first roof replacement is going to happen. We started to talk about some of that content right here on the page. Now, this is all AI driven with our smartly trained Claude skill on here and our AI empowered system. Okay, so those are a couple things that we did. A couple other things in here, guys. Make sure that the website loads insanely fast, which our system is cranking 98.99 or hundreds out of the box on desktop or mobile, and make sure that we have original research data, structured data, meaning that web page is structured in a very specific way so humans and AI search engines can actually go through and read it well. And we have real content, real information. Okay, so let's kind of advance on from this. I'm going to bump through some of these really quickly because what this particular slide deck is I just did a training for a 6-week or an 8-week accelerator I'm doing with people who want to learn how to serve local businesses just like this, who want to go out there and serve the local roofer, serve the local contractor, serve the local whatever company it is. This is week in module 6. I'm just going to grab some of these out on here. If you want to learn how to do that as well, we'll probably have a link somewhere down here below, or just look us up, go to my Facebook page, look us up on Carrot, and type in carrot.com/agency. You'll probably find us somewhere, and there is my guess. Okay, just Google it. You'll find a training that we can help you out, put you into our agency product. All right, so a couple more things I want to show you guys. The first thing I want you to do is, if you are a local business or you're going to work with someone locally, I want you to go to Google and type up your category. So what is the category that you're doing? Or let's type the location. So if you're in Roseburg, Oregon, type in Roseburg. Okay, type in the category. So let's say it's plumbing. Okay, so what is it? It's plumbing. And then type in the word companies. So type in those words, or you can add in best. So best Roseburg plumbing companies if you wanted to, and see if there's an AI overview that pops up, and do the exact same thing on ChatGPT. Okay, because that is the number one spot where people are going to go to search for companies and in AI is ChatGPT and Google AI overview. So put it into both, manually look to see if your company or your client's company is being mentioned right now. Okay, so if I type this in, what I'm usually going to see is an AI overview up top. It's going to show a company that's being recommended. It's going to show if they have a website. It's going to show other information down here. Okay, so let's now pump down here. We're going to go to the actual Google Map Pack now. So you want your business to be in the Map Pack. What we found is the businesses that are listed in the Map Pack, meaning they have a Google business profile, really have a massive, massive advantage to the ones that don't, to get mentioned in AI search. That's one of the first things you want to do is you want to have a Google business profile. You want to have that in place, and you want to be able to start to drive reviews, add photos. That's going to be one of those anchors in place. Okay. The next thing that you're going to do is build that tech hub. Those two things work together. Okay. The Google business profile works directly with your website. Those two things together are the 1-2 punch that AI likes to look at. Now, below here, you're going to see your local organic search results. This is the normal traditional blue links in Google that have been around for 20 years. These, I believe, are going to be going away over the next 1 to 2 years. We're already seeing them start to go away. We're already seeing in Europe, Google test AI mode as the primary mode of Google search results. And I think that we're going to start to see more and more as you see AI overviews move from not being on the page to now being lower on the page to being on the top of the page. That's a good indicator that Google's starting to show that the AI overview is the most effective answer. And you're going to start to see AI mode being the default mode moving forward on these searches. So that's what we're preparing for, guys. We're preparing for AI for Google search to look like this moving forward. Okay. Where it's got side-by-side comparisons. It's going to tell you exactly who to go for, why. And it's going to link up their primary resources right over here. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is after you've kind of found out where you are, one of the things I like to do is look at the results that are popping up. If your business is not the one that's being mentioned, look at the little citations that are popping up there that show that those are the sources that AI tool is looking for to deliver its answer. Okay, if I were to go back over here, you can tell it's looking for the Google business profiles. That's what these are. It's linking up Google business profiles, and oftentimes it's linking up their website. Okay, if I go to ChatGPT, let's look at the same thing. This is just linking up a bunch of them. But then if I zoom in here, what's it looking at? It's looking at this particular website, best pros in town. I should get my business listed on that. I can click add a business. I should get my business listed on that for free. And that's going to be one of those things that's going to help my business because AI is already telling me that that's one of the things it looks for. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do, guys, you're going to take that tech hub. Okay. You're going to develop it in the way that the AI loves it. The 11-part high converting framework. If you guys want to learn what that framework is, pop a comment below in this YouTube video. If you're watching this, if I sent this to you, just let me know and we'll be able to send you to a training that walks you through it. But it's going to walk you through a very high performing hero section. So the one question people ask is are people actually filling out forms on a roofing website versus just calling? The answer is 100% yes. Okay, 100% yes. I already showed you right here in the past 60 days, 11 form fill opt-ins have came in on this particular roofing site. That doesn't include any of the phone calls. Okay, so want to make sure you have a very, very clear hero section that people can engage in. This is already built out in our carrot.com local search optimized website. You want to have credibility that talks about how long you've been in business. You want to show credibility badges where you're listed. You want to show real photos, real stories, real content, not a bunch of AI driven stuff, not a bunch of AI written stuff. You can use AI to assist it, but you don't want to have AI just do it because it needs to be unique to you. Get in all new photos, explain what those photos are, copy and paste a bunch of reviews over from Yelp and from Google business profile and bring those reviews over to that website. Talk about your value propositions, that you have fast response times, that you're honest and upfront pricing. Talk about exactly what you do well and all those things. Now, our AI-driven website system intakes all this information from you, from your Google business profile, your Facebook page, or your existing website. It will then wrap around and create all new content for you, build it on our high converting website framework. So if you want to get this advantage in your market for your local service business, just let me know or go to carrot.com and join our system there to use the AI site builder, or just like I said, DM me wherever I sent you this video. Okay, like I said, next you need to list all of your services with reviews and testimonials with real photos and real context about the actual services. Don't just say, hey, we do local roofing repair. Do something like this. When roof repair no longer makes sense, we handle the full roof replacement, tear off new decking if needed, and finish roof that's built to last in Southern Oregon weather. Speak specific information about the area. We do asphalt shingles, composite, energy efficient metal roofing, and more. And then link up a service page that dives into it more deeply. Show the process, show reviews, show about your team, real photos, real descriptions of your actual company, real easy ways to get a hold of people, real location pages of all the areas that you do business in, and then a full-blown FAQ on every single page. Now, does this sound like a lot, y'all? It probably does, right? That's why I use our CarrotAgency, our agency product, where literally 90% of what I just showed you was done in 15 minutes with our fully AI-driven but data and expertise informed system that wrapped around our insanely fast websites, our 11-part high-converting website framework. It wrote all the content based on that framework, based on what it ingested from this business online. And then I logged in and spent about an hour or two, a couple hours, making modifications, adding local photos, bringing in some of those testimonials, updating a couple pieces of content, and then I ran with it. And I let it sit there for over 30 days, and that created these results on Google Organic, and it created the results I showed you before with getting it mentioned as the recommended commercial roofer in many cases, when before it wasn't getting mentioned at all. Okay, so I could go over things a lot more. I could teach you for 4 hours how to build the tech hub. I could walk you through how to optimize your Google business profile. I can show you how to nail your NAP. I can show you the customer review engine that you should put in place. I would suggest screenshotting this right now. This is what you want to send to every single one of your customers after you do a service, because your reviews are going to be a major, major driving force of your AI search optimization. I can show you how to generate more mentions online, getting people to talk about your business. We can show you how to find hyper-local links. The one thing that I would suggest that you do, which this client already had in place, was join the local chamber of commerce. AI search loves these local, trusted, reputable organizations. And if your business or the business you're trying to optimize is listed in that and some of these other ones, it's a big major step forward. Okay. We have some tools, guys, that we're teaching our agency clients to be able to help accelerate all these things. But end of the day, one of the biggest things you need to do after you launch that live is keep it fresh with content. It doesn't have to be a lot of work. Okay. Inside of our agency product, we have some automations in place to help you, remind you, to help you do some of those things. We have our on-page insights tool where you can run audits, and it will fully show you exactly what you need to do to be able to change, to optimize, to make it even better inside of our system. We have our full audit system that does that. You can walk through, and we have so many tools that we're building out right now that are going to be able to elevate, automate, and do many of these things for you. But I gave you the kind of the 20,000 foot view. I don't want to overcomplicate this, because you can go in and spend 8, 10, 12, 14, 25 hours optimizing things. But I'll kind of recap it in this way. If you have a Google business profile active, or you're working with someone who does, and it has, let's say, a 4.3, 4.5 or above, and you've got at least 20 reviews in there, you've got a big advantage, okay? Especially if they have photos added to that. Okay, number one. Number two, if that local business has some sort of active social media, this particular client is very active on Facebook. So they were already uploading a bunch of their projects, their project photos on Facebook. We're easily able to easily grab those photos straight from Facebook. This client sent me 0 photos. We grabbed them all from Facebook and brought them straight over to the Trusted Expert Conversion Hub. Okay, that's the second thing. The third thing, guys, then, is you have to make sure that that hub, that website, is actually set up for AI search. It's insanely fast. Go to Google PageSpeed Optimizer or PageSpeed Insights. Put your URL inside of here and see if it ranks well. You should be popping somewhere in the high 90s in here on desktop for sure. Theirs was. They're pretty good on desktop. You should be popping mid 90s to high 90s on mobile. And your website should be loading in under 2 seconds on mobile and under 1 second, ideally, on desktop, to give you that advantage. Okay. After that, it's got to be structured correctly. It's got to be set up in a way that AI loves. And what we're seeing as well is with Google's PageSpeed Insights tool, this little agentic browsing deal, one of the things that they're looking for is something called an LLMS.txt file, a large language model something.txt file. Those are built into Carrot automatically. But if you are not using Carrot, just go ahead and Google that or reach out to your web developer to see if they can add an LLMS.txt file in there, the AI search loves. Okay, guys, I'm just going to recap that. We're going to bring it home. If you want to get your business or a business that you're helping to serve recommended in AI search, just like these ones I was showing you before, when I search something like this, help me find the best commercial flat roof contractor in Roseburg, Oregon. If you want to start to dominate those results, and we're starting to see them even mentioned as just in AI search for just general roofing, then guys, follow those basic steps. Now we can help you. We can accelerate the results. We can help you get those results faster. And that's what we're about here at Carrot. If you want to learn how to do that through our AI Agency Accelerator, we're there for you. Or if you're a customer, if you're an end consumer, a contractor, a roofer, an electrician, and you want to learn how to do this better, a real estate agent or an investor, our platform is tailor built for this, where other AI tools are not. Other AI tools might be able to make something fast and make something pretty. They get something 80% of the way there, but it's that 20% that is the expert that layer that you need to layer over the top that really drives the results. Also, when you build something just traditionally with AI, now you've bought yourself a job to manage that. Only you can manage that website. And also, you're going to have to make sure that you're the one that is keeping up with any of the technological innovations. So as mobile changes, as mobile technology changes, as AI changes, as Google search changes, as any of those technology changes, we need to make sure that the tech stack is always being innovated and ahead. Most of your guys' websites, if they're on WordPress that an agency built, or it's on Wix or Weebly or Squarespace, or it's on an AI tool, most of them are not staying ahead at the bleeding edge on the tech stack side of things to keep you ahead. And that's what we focus on at Carrot. So I'll bring it home right here, guys. This particular client was nowhere in AI search before. And specifically, when I look at the flat roofing side, Fully Roofing is literally the particular company that is recommended. And they are one of the top 2 or 3 that are recommended in all of commercial roofing, and one of the top 3 or 4 that are recommended now in all of roofing. This is going to equal 6 figures plus in new revenue for them every single year. All we did was train AI how to look for the credibility that was already there. All right, guys, if you need any help, go to carrot.com. Let me know. Hit me up on a DM on my social media. Just look me up, trevormock.com. Happy to help you guys out with this. Or if you want to start an agency serving local businesses just like this and build an income stream that's earning 1,000, 5,000, 20,000, 50,000 a month by helping those local businesses win more business themselves and keep that money in their pockets and keep the money in their community, just go check it out, guys. Carrot.com/agency. Learn about it. We're there to help you.